Hello and welcome back. My name is Eliza Mozal and I help people explore more their spirituality. Welcome back over here, and today is a video where I'll be answering few of the questions that I've got from you. And first of all, I would like to say big thank you for all the lovely comments and messages I am receiving. Thank you for your appreciation for these videos and for the stuff I'm talking about. And please take this as an encouragement to write even more questions below if there is something you would like me to talk about, or if there is something you struggle with. As a transformational mentor, I have many women already overcome their low self-esteem and help them become empowered, totally new versions of themselves, which is absolutely amazing, because as a person who back in the day myself, I struggled massively with very low self-esteem, and that kept me stuck in a very low place in life. It is not like that anymore, and today I'll be answering few questions about procrastination. And this is something that I've made my mind quite clear, and I've done quite amount of inner work and research about the subject, so I will share with you the best that I can about the matter. Okay, thank you so much for that question. The first one would be about, I would love to hear more personally about why we procrastinate, especially when we might feel so inspired. So what I have experienced, and especially recently over the last 2-3 years, what I hear a lot about is procrastination. Why am I procrastinating? There is so much energy that is put into that subject, which makes it so much more real. And this is one of the subjects when the truth, what you focus on, is grows, is just such a beautiful example, because it speaks the volume. The more I hear people talking about procrastination, the more they procrastinate, and the more back in the day, and I still can experience that stuff, the more I focus on a point. Why am I procrastinating? Looks like I am procrastinator. Why am I delaying? All that stuff. What's going on? Let me look within. Let me go and do that stuff, do that inner work, and figure out over here what's going on. And the more attention I put into it, the more that grows. And don't get me wrong, if you are constantly procrastinating, if you're constantly not taking action, there is stuff that we need to look into. But the question is, am I just gonna be looking into that stuff, or am I gonna take action? Because the opposite from procrastination is to take an action without overthinking, or even if you are overthinking. So procrastination is overthinking, it's a delaying tactic, and it's basically not taking an action. It's thinking about action, it's pretending I don't know about that action. It's many different layers and levels of procrastinating, but it's basically not taking an action. You might think about it, you might plan it, you might talk about it, but you are not taking that action. And that is, like, for me on my path, it was so much doubt, so much self-doubt that it was involved in that. And I'll be honest with you that procrastination wasn't always coming straight from self-doubt. It was, for me, in my case, like majority of my self-doubt was coming from procrastination. So an understanding on my journey, which you might identify with or might not, procrastination wasn't something that I have to come up against. Procrastination was a habit of not taking action and justifying that in my head and making all these different reasons. And I'm not saying that these reasons weren't true, because often I procrastinate because I was afraid of failing. I was afraid of succeeding. I felt not good enough. And I done things, everything else I could possibly do apart from this one most important thing that I meant to do. And that's what procrastination is. But there came time in my life when I had to stop looking into, okay, why am I this time procrastinating? What am I afraid of? And journal it out for 2 hours. Why am I procrastinating? Instead of just simply taking action. So what I would say, the number thing, if you are a person who have never done any type of work on your procrastination, all the questions you can ask yourself are exactly like that. Why am I doing this? What is the reason behind it? Because procrastination is just simply not taking action. Why am I not taking that action? What am I afraid of? What am I doubting? What am I focusing on the most right now? If you're gonna sit down and watch your thoughts, what they are circling around? Are you afraid of what other people will think of you? Are you afraid of you not being maybe this, succeeding straight away, and being totally number one person on all of it? There is just some inner work that we've got to do around here, but then it comes time when it's all about finding the balance between, okay, this is the moment and time when I sit down, when I journal that stuff out, when I am really honest with myself. If I cannot do it on my own, I am hiring someone for help, whether it's therapist, personal life coach, mentor, transformational mentor like me. You just hire someone, you ask someone for help, you go through it, and then it comes time when all that stuff goes. After doing all this beautiful inner work, all that stuff comes on the side. When procrastination comes into the scene again, you just simply look at it. Okay, I am right now putting that on the side for so many different reasons. I can spend again 2, 3, 5, 10 hours on figuring out why am I procrastinating, and the action is not being taken, still is not being taken. And that's the moment when it's all about putting all that on the side. And this is what I am doing at the moment, because I will give you an example of even this channel. I had so many ideas about starting on this level, right? Starting on this level, you cannot even see. So without having that much experience in filming, without having that much experience in YouTubing a lot, I straight away put the barrier over there, which made me literally made one video per month, and it was just putting me off so much. Then I started understanding, okay, over here I have to change a little bit my approach, and it wasn't just procrastinating. Like, I've done all this inner work about why am I not doing this? Why? What is it? What is the underlying reason? What is the underlying foundation? Why am I not doing this? And I wasn't just doubting myself. It wasn't just not believing in myself. It was this habit. Let me sit down and think about it. And I'm not taking action until it feels comfortable, right? So for me, it was not taking action until I felt comfortable with taking that action. And you know what? Then I figured out 90% of time I'm not gonna actually even take the action. And when instead of that, I started changing the approach and I started taking action despite feeling uncomfortable, just to take the action. And I started posting more and more and more. And yes, the video is not perfect. No, the scenery and lighting, it's totally pish. It's really not the way I want it to be. And the subject, and I make mistakes, and I misspell stuff and all that stuff. Yet I'm all about taking action instead of procrastinating. Because when I look at what I've been doing, let's say 3-4 months ago, I've spent 90% of my energy on thinking about how to take that action, on overthinking, analyzing, and that was bringing me self-doubt and worry, because my brain started associating thinking about that taking action and not taking that action with something unpleasant. So it was bringing up to the surface the old habits, right? The old habit is procrastination, is not believing in myself, is believing I am not worthy and I'm not good enough, and whatever I will do is not gonna be nice and good, and it's not gonna be, taken well, blah, 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 blah. When I started putting that stuff on the side totally, okay, I've done that inner work on that many times before. What's the point of me coming back and steering when this is just simply a habit that I'm repeating? Now my new habit is just taking action. Don't, even if that product that I am about to, launch, and the product that I am about to, release is not perfect at all. And it isn't, it isn't the way I overall wanted it to be. It isn't perfect. It isn't, ideal. They are mistakes, they are things, but it's all about taking action. So you can spend the fair amount of time and you can really get stuck in working on your procrastination as well. And at the end of the day, the only things matter is, do you take action or not? I've always said before, and I'm always going to be repeating, it's all about taking action. There is a mindset work that we need to do, and it is about 80-90% of the success. But then without taking an action, there is just absolutely no way that we will ever go forward. Okay, so at the end of the day, in the most simple, easy way I can say, it's either procrastination or is it taking action. At the end of the day, there is huge amount of work that it would need to be done for so many of us on procrastination and underlying reasons. Journal it out. What is it over there? Be honest, be brutally honest with yourself, like you would be standing next to yourself. Look what's going on, what's happening, where is that coming from? And then it comes time to take action. And when you still feel blocked from taking that action, it means that you're probably going to need to release some kind of trapped energies, maybe some kind of trauma. There is some more inner work you're gonna have to do, but not exactly on procrastination, but something that is blocking you. And I would strongly suggest to get in touch with someone who you admire, hire that person, do the work, and then go back to taking action. It's all about action. Okay, the person asks as well, is procrastination actually another form of self-sabotage? 100%, but not only. It as well, it is a habit, a bad habit like, I don't know, not brushing your teeth. It's a bad habit, and brushing your teeth, it's a good habit because you're going to benefit with a, beautiful smile until you're older. So it is right now at this stage of my life, I consider that only as a habit because of the amount of inner work I've done already about how well I know that darker side of myself. I know that with procrastination, it's gonna come straight away self-doubt, doubting in the whole purpose in everything. It's going to be feeling bad about myself. It's going to be depressive, and anxiety, emotions, feelings, and thoughts creeping into me. So for me, I know that what is behind the curtain of procrastination. It is a bad habit that it doesn't work for me. And if I'm gonna choose this habit, which is not taking action, I know what's gonna come from it. So I know the results that it's gonna bring to me. But if I'm going to choose take action, even if the product I'm releasing, the thing that I'm doing is not perfect, it's not ideal, it's not maybe, the number one thing, it's still I took action instead of procrastinating and not taking action, especially despite, and I believe taking action is a muscle as well. You've got to train it. You cannot just expect that once on a Wednesday afternoon, instead of procrastinating, you took action and it's going to be like that from now on. There comes a Thursday and a Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday, and your head is gonna provide you with excuses and old habits, actions, which is non-action in this case, and it's gonna be about you making a choice about that. Do we put things off because we fear the results? And that's the inner work that you're going to need to individually do for yourself, or do it with someone who can help you, someone who you can hire to help you do that stuff and that inner work. All the answers are within you. All the answers are within you. The question is, how free do you want to be, and how honest can you be with yourself about that stuff? Where, why, how those sheer laziness, lack of motivation creep in. So usually it creeps in. It's again, I would go again for the habiting. My intuition tells me very clearly and very strongly that this is the stuff that it's what we practice most. If someone is eating very healthy for a number of years already, it's very easy for that person to say no to McDonald's, or say no to sweets, or say no to whatever they don't believe it's good for them. But if they just starting this out, it's going to be quite a battle. So again, I'm gonna go for the habit and basically practicing, practice, and taking action again. I hope this is helpful to you, and if you have any more questions or anything you would like me to talk about, be sure to put that down below. What I'm going to tell you at the end of that video is that every single one of us is a absolutely unlimited being of light. We are created through love, from love, and to love. So we are absolutely capable of doing anything and everything we want and wish. The only thing that holds us back is the thing that we learn in this lifetime, the thing that we have to unlearn and just let ourselves be free. As well, you know, when you try to make some action and you constantly feel this inner resistance towards it, go and see what this resistance is about. What are you resisting over here? Are you deep inside just believe that you are not worthy of having something good in your life, and then you call it procrastination because that's what you hear all around you? You have to look within and you do that inner work. Meditation is a number one thing to do. Being patient with yourself throughout this whole process, because life is not meditation, life spiritual journey is not a one pill that you're gonna take and everything be okay and one size fits all. For every one of us it's different, it's with different shapes, sizes and colors and textures and amounts and different amount of shine made and no shine and everything. So we all have our journeys to go through. We all have the answers deep within, and we're all capable of doing absolutely everything and anything. Be patient with yourself, just love yourself no matter what. And it's not always about going and taking action. Sometimes it's just simply about sitting down and doing absolutely nothing and watching what comes out of that silence. What is it that we are trying to put on? Maybe there is something we are trying to gain from outside so we will feel whole inside. And the issue is that we are already whole deep within. We just don't know how to see it, how to feel it, how to find it yet. Okay guys, if you've got any value whatsoever from that video, be sure to click like and leave a comment. I would appreciate that very much, and it's going to help this channel to grow and pass more messages like that to everyone who wants and needs to hear this message. Be sure to subscribe to that channel as well if this is something you would like to watch. Recently I'm doing videos every day, nearly every single day, so it would be awesome to hear back from you where exactly you are watching this from and how are things going for you. I wish you absolutely all the best on your journey, and I will see you soon in my next video. Stay awesome, keep on exploring. Mwah.
Someone like you, I want you to know me, 'cause I know then you'll see we can be true, we can be true. I want you to see what I see in us, something so real, something so real. I want you to see that this